Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show, and I am proud and honored to have with me, y'all may know her through the arts, the musical features, and so much more as Wendy Sky. But ladies and gentlemen, let me reformally introduce you to the one, the only Wendy Creecy, who will be running for City Council District 4 right here locally in Newark, Delaware. So Wendy, thank you again so much for coming on the show. How are you doing today?
You got it. I am doing wonderful. And yourself?
I'm doing good, doing good. I'm blessed to be alive. So that's the main thing. That is the main thing.
Hey, that's what it is with all this stuff going on. Praise God.
Yes, yes. So with the stuff going on, let's just hop right into it. What's the reason for you running for city council, especially during a time right now?
Well, what I'm finding is there's a lot of people in the community who are miseducated, even about COVID, about the election process, and especially what was going on in the White House these days. I think, it's about time for me to step up and step in again, as I did in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, back in 2004. I just want to be a voice of the people. My motto is the voice of the unheard. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of people out here who would like to have good relations and good communities and things of that nature, but they don't know how to convey and or communicate their needs. And I want to be that person that can communicate the needs of the people who are unheard.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I love that so much. And where can folks actually find you on social media?
Oh my gosh, where can't you? If you Google my government name, which is Wendy Creecy, everything should come up. My old videos, my old campaign, anything that you would want to know about me. And one thing about it is I'm running this campaign very openly. There isn't anything that I haven't been through economically to where I can't be a voice or something to help. So I don't care what bills you find online, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just a normal person that wants to throw her hat in for the good of the people.
Okay, okay.
And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Wendy Sky. You can contact me through email if you want to have a conversation, dwindlin96@gmail.com. Or you can even go on my Facebook page. There is a page there for City Council. If you have any questions or want to know anything, let me know.
Awesome, awesome. And then what can, besides going on there and liking the page, y'all, I was notating that the links are in the comments. But Wendy, where can folks go, or how should folks go about supporting you in addition to liking the page?
Well, what I'm trying to do here in Newark is not just be the voice of the unheard, but I also want to create a great environment for our children. I want our children to grow up in a neighborhood where there isn't trash everywhere, doom and gloom, and there are activities there for our young men and our young ladies. The way that you can help me, unfortunately, due to coronavirus, I have not been able to go door to door as much as I would like to go. So I've kind of been going, pavement to pavement, street to street, walking and finding people and talking to them about what their grievances are in Newark. I also have petitions that I have that I need to complete signing that I'll probably be doing here in August, and it'll be done at the end of August. So check me out. I'll be in your neighborhood. I'll be in this district, District 4, walking around. If you see me, holler at me. I'll talk to you. It's the best I can do for right now, other than this.
Okay, awesome. And then now, separate from the world, because every major city, every major state, New York has finally somewhat gotten to a level where they need to be at with COVID. But for your hometown, for your city, what is it that, separates Newark, Delaware from the rest of the world, and why people should be focusing on strengthening and ensuring Newark, Delaware gets to the next level that they need to get to?
So, I am very pleased to say that I am very proud of my city here in Newark. During the George Floyd issue and protest, we actually protested, but when we walked, the police officers were with us. There was no type of manhandling, moving, people around and being mean. And I was very proud of my city. The mayor walked with us.
Nice.
The city councilman, everybody came out. The state representative, Paul Bombach, came out and is still out there doing wonderful things in the community, whose campaign I've worked on. And he's one of my inspirations, actually, for even throwing my hat into the race. I couldn't be more proud of my city and the way they handled the situations out here. As far as COVID and everything is concerned, I don't know if you've heard, but Delaware is one of the lowest and counting as far as COVID cases. And this is because of the mandate to wear masks. A lot of people are getting upset and they don't want to wear the mask. And they're stating that it violates their civil rights or what have you. But, my whole thing is, hey, exist or not exist, wear the mask or don't. I mean, it's that plain and simple. We have too many children here to worry about, and elderly people. I have an elderly neighbor that I watch after almost every day. There are people on the block and in the surrounding areas who have come very close. So there are individuals out here who feel as though their civil rights or their independence is being violated due to the fact that they have to wear a mask. However, that couldn't be so far from the truth. Your independence is being able to protect yourself, and you protect yourself with a mask. Another thing I do want to stress, the gloves that people wear, please be mindful and pick them up off of the ground, place them inside of a bag. Do not leave these gloves and masks on the street, because you're also cross-contaminating areas where you don't even, know you're contaminating them. So I just want everybody to be safe.
Okay. Awesome. And for the folks at home who just been taking so much from you, where can they find you at online again?
Where can they find me online?
Mm-hmm.
They can find me on Facebook, Wendy Creecy, aka Wendy Sky, Instagram Wendy Sky. If you Google me, I have my own website. I also have a city council page. As well through Facebook, if you want to ask me any questions or anything of political nature. That's how you can get in touch.
Awesome. And then for the results of you being the next councilwoman in District 4, when will the world know about that?
Oh my goodness, April.
Oh,
Mid-April. Yeah, I'm starting my campaign pretty early due to the COVID situation, because I kind of want to get my face out there so that people can get to know me, and I can have time to have meetings, Zoom meetings and interviews, just like this one that I'm having right now, to just get my face out there so that when people go to vote, they know who they're voting for. And if they have any questions about where I stand or where I lean, they can ask me those questions well before April.
Awesome. That is amazing. I love that. So love that. And then besides being a councilwoman, what do you foresee for yourself? I mean, you've done music, you've done arts. I know that you've been in shows. Your name itself just rings bells for over a decade. So where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Where should the world be looking at where Wendy Sky is going to be at?
Let me tell you something. That just made it get hot in here. So, in all honesty, I am nothing but a little vessel of God. When I wake up in the morning, my day goes by wondering what else I can do to help my fellow man. I have been doing things like this for years. I don't know if anybody knows out there, but I am the creator of the dental assisting program at Dawn Career Institute, which was here in Wilmington, and it moved, I believe. But I graduated over 300 and something students, helping them to bring money to their families and also take care of their children. And I'm very proud of that. Some of my students have gone on to be dentists, hygienists, office management, you name it. And that was my contribution, my first community active contribution to Delaware. As a dental assistant and office manager myself, I felt as though it saved my life. So why not pass it on to other students and other beings that can also profit and bring themselves out of issues that they are in? So that was my first community active situation. 1 second, hold on.
No problem, no problem. We can take a break.
Wait a minute. It's this camera. Hold on.
No,
One,
fine.
1 second, babe.
You good, baby, you good.
Okay. Woo. As you can imagine, I have like a mini studio in here, so it gets a little hot.
That's cool, that's cool. I had started at the basement, then my son was like, Dad, why don't you just do it up here? And I was like,
yeah, man, like woo, woo.
So
yes, so back to speaking. So
yes,
that was so Dan, that was my first community active situation that happened in Delaware. I didn't know how I was going to do that. I was fresh out of college. I had never written a lesson plan before in my life. All I knew was how to be a dental assistant. So when that opportunity was given to me, at first I wanted to run. But then I spoke with my dad, who was also my pastor, and he said, God gave it to you. Go ahead forward with it and complete it and finish it. And I did. I stayed up late nights. I would come in from work, go in the basement, type up lesson plans and testing and things of that nature and tools. And then I would go to sleep. 5 o'clock in the morning, get up at 6 and go back to work. And I did that for 2 years straight. Wow. And I ended up creating a program within 3 months. And it blew up. And it was amazing. And I loved the fact that I was able to give back all of the knowledge that I had learned through dental assisting and management. So that was my first activism here in Delaware, and I'm very proud of it. And then I ended up moving over here to District 4 from there. And when I moved over here to District 4, I noticed that this area was a little bit more, it's kind of like a cross between the country and Philadelphia. And there was a lot of people out here who were in need as well, as far as students and things of that nature. But shortly after I left Dawn, I ended up teaching at Del Tech as a professor there and learning, you know, the people and the roads and teaching biology, medical terminology, anatomy and physiology. And that was beautiful. And then I ended up teaching at Kaplan part-time, and that's where I met you.
Yes, we're not going to say how long ago it was. It was just
and we're not going there. And, which was just as amazing. I did not know that my career would have me in a situation where I'm actually utilizing it for community activism. That's one of the things I'm so much proud of. Not that I'm not proud of my singing career or my politics career or acting and things of that nature. It's just that when you give back, it's like throwing a rock into the lake and it just ripples and it hits so many homes and so many people. And I really appreciated that. that work, and I want to continue that work.
I mean, thousands and thousands of lives changed because you and I both, coming from that industry and coming from that school, a lot of the students that really came was because a friend had told them to come. So, the students who have much better lives as hygienists, as dental assistants, and even, for the ones that maybe didn't get the opportunity, but just were inspired by your music or just by seeing you out there, has changed so many other lives. And it is that rippling effect, because the opportunities that I've had with the school have definitely brought me to this stance where I'm at right now. So, and where you're going, I see, Governor, and so much more for you and with that growth and opportunity. So I'm definitely looking forward to April 2021. I'm definitely looking forward.
Oh, thank you so much.
Definitely millions more following you and taking heed to your advice when you actually tell them. I mean, something as simple as picking up your gloves off the street and throwing them away, that one change does so much for the environment, and it stops people who may need to concentrate maybe on the streets department or sanitation department that could be used towards other things such as education and ensuring that the community gets to back where it needs to be at. So thank you. So
and children want to live in a clean environment, and so do adults. And one thing about a cleanly environment, people look at you differently, whether you want to believe it or not. If you're living in an area and it's distasteful, people look at you like you're distasteful. And children, nobody told them that they would end up in these situations. And what I have found working with children is that they want to be led. They want to be led. They want somebody to tell them something that'll make their lives a lot better. They want someone to sit down with them after school and talk about their day. They want to live in a good environment, a nice, healthy, good environment. And that's another thing that I'm going to touch on as far as running for office is mental health. I've had the great opportunity of taking care of my cousin for over 20 years who has mental health issues here in Delaware. And that's one of the only things that I would say really kind of needs to be glued a little together, a little tightly. I think us and minorities, we are scared to speak about mental health. And there's also agencies that are out here, and they're fantabulous agencies that help people who have these issues, but one agency doesn't speak to the other. And you end up being a tennis ball inside of this tennis court when it shouldn't be that hard. One of the things I did want to bring to the table is marijuana. Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Marijuana. Hold on now. Hold on 1 second. All right. So marijuana to me is a good thing. It's a medicine if it's not abused. It's used for anxiety. It's used for diabetes. It's used for people with cancer, HIV and AIDS. I know that for a fact because I work in the medical field and I have seen what it has done for people with those diagnoses. And I think that if it is legalized and is taxed, then we can utilize that tax money to open up or create better reforms with mental health or the environment or, anything, that can help even our police agencies deal with stressful situations when going to knock on someone's door instead of them having to deal with somebody that's out of their mind. Why not have a social worker or someone in that department call that place and calm that person down or bring out some type of van or something to pick them up, to take them to the right place instead of sitting them in a jail cell and wondering what is going on with them. I mean, that's one of my issues as well. Okay. And I think that has a lot to do with communication. And that's why I say I'm the voice of the unheard, because the unheard also includes our mentally ill.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. And then one question I always like to ask my guests that come on the show, especially when they've done the motivation and success that you have. For my business owners and entrepreneurs that are listening, what advice would you give them, as far as whether starting a business or even just continuing on? What advice would you give them?
Don't give up. No matter how hard it gets, a door always opens. No matter how hard you fall, the higher you get up. I am living proof that if you really feel as though you have something and you know that it's magical and you know that it's something that's going to take things to the next level or even add to the next level, keep at it. Do not give up on anything that you dream of. I actually think that most successful people who have made it in particular industries, really have fallen pretty hard. If you speak to most people who have been successful, they have a story to tell. And I do too, but you probably don't have 2 hours for me to tell it.
Not at all, not at all. I wish we could. Get that.
Yeah, we'll do that another day.
But if somebody knows how to Google,
yes, I have been there, did that. Everything. There's nothing hidden about me. Bankruptcy, not being able to pay my bills, being on food stamps, being on Medicaid in order to hold myself up. I have no problem discussing any of that, as I do not have a thing to hide. Okay, I have been there, back again, round the corner again, jumped on the bus, tried some skates, and Manny and Mo. So I would say to people out there who are trying to live their dreams, do not give up. It's something in it for you.
Okay. Awesome. I love that. And Wendy, one more time, where can folks go again to find you on social media before I let you go?
Oh, sure. You can go on Facebook. You will find me under Wendy Creecy, Wendy, aka Wendy Sky, Windy Skyy. You can find me on Instagram, Wendy Sky. You can also go onto my page, Dwindling for Council, in Newark District 4.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much, Wendy, for being on the show. I greatly appreciate having you, and just such a tearful reunion as well, since it's been just a few months since the last time we worked together.
I know. My goodness, those couple of seconds, yeah.
So,
we've been at this for a while, but you know what, Dan, we're using it for the good. We're using it for the good, so the only place we can go is up.
I hear that. So thank you again so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
You got it, buddy. Thank you.
Definitely. And for the folks at home, be sure to check out the RNG Radio Show Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. on Facebook Live, or you can definitely check out great interviews such as these on YouTube. Thanks again, Wendy.
All right, babe. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Fleslet on the beat.